Last week we were down in the Minehead area getting in some coastal walks and hoping to get some observations in. Sadly the weather wasn't too favourable. Lots of wind, rain and not ideal conditions for observations. Did get a couple of gems though. We were on a little walk one of the days. Took the camera with me on the off chance with a tripod. Didn't think I was going to see anything. We were heading up a hill towards, I think it's called Hill Road, which is a high point coming out of Exeter, coming out of Minehead, where you've got amazing views of the Bristol Channel, looking up the channel towards the Bristol area, Cardiff, and you're looking towards Swansea, places like that. Stunning place, real nice walks. You can see for miles and miles and miles. Great place to prove to yourself, if you're in doubt, the earth is flat. But I'll show you this anyway. Like I say, we were walking along here, wooded area, really nice. And I can't pinpoint exactly where I was, so I've got to be honest, I was in between either here or here, okay, in this stretch here. I'm quite high up, I've got to be honest, I'm a high elevation. Between these points it's about 250 to 252 feet above sea level, okay, so I need to make that clear. I am at high elevation, a high point, so I do, like I said, I need to make that clear. I've given the average height for this little strip. Okay, like I said, I wasn't entirely sure exactly where I was. It was just a clearing in the trees. Happened to look and we could see something. I was like, right, quick, get the camera out, get the tripod. We sat up and I'll show you what I saw basically. Yeah, unbelievably, this is what we were seeing. This is an island called Flatholm. You'll see this when we zoom out in a bit. But I was seeing the second Severn crossing again. This bridge seems to pop up in all my flat earth videos. Yeah, we were seeing that from what turns out to be over 40 miles away. Yes, I'm on high elevation, but we're going to go and test this with a globe map, see what's going on. Why am I seeing this? Should I be able to see it? Let's test it with a globe map. Let's see what conclusions we come to. Does it make sense? Does it not? I'm just going to get some of the stats up now as well for this bridge, okay? I will be zooming in on it very shortly, but I just want to get the stats up for the bridge. This is the bit we're interested in, really, heights more than anything. Height 137 metres, 449 feet. That's obviously to the top of the towers there. 449 feet to the top. And one other thing we need to take note of, which is relevant, is the clearance below, which is 37 metres, 121 feet. So from sea level to the underside of the road, this is clearance for mariners, so they can make sure they've got enough height for their boats coming through. That clearance between there is 37 metres, 121 feet. So we got that as a reference as well, okay? Wow, look at the distance involved here. What is it? 41.84 miles, just under 42 miles. Massive distance. The Cardiff video, I was by the ridge viewing across here. The Sharp Mystic video where I was at Blackmore Lighthouse, I was here viewing off the screen, looking up the channel towards Gloucester. And now I'm far south in Minehead, looking up the channel. Everything looks pretty flat to me, I'll tell you. Okay, so we got the stats anyway. 41.84 miles, okay? We're going to get involved with the curve calculator now as well. See what's what. Curve calculator. Like I said, I've given myself I've been generous and honest. 256 feet. The average height there for elevation was 250 to 252 feet on that stretch I was. I've given 4 feet as well for the tripod. 256 feet high. Viewer height, quite high elevation, I get that. 41.84 miles is our target, we calculate it. 330 foot we should have drop there, okay? That's our reference for today, 330 foot there. From my elevation, taking into account my high elevation, the distance involved, 330 foot. Let's have a look at the bridge again. Looking at the stats, taking into account we should have 330 foot of curve or drop. So basically, according to the globe, The whole road, which is 121 feet high at its highest point, that should be behind the curve, behind the horizon. And most of this tower should be behind the horizon. In fact, these masts, these towers that look like rugby goalposts, all you should see is just the two spikes off each tower protruding over the horizon. That's all you should see based on their statistics here, the globe math, and the curve calculator. Okay, we should only see some 4 spikes sticking above the horizon. Shouldn't see any of the underside, underneath of the bridge, any of the road, none of that. We got a problem, big problem. Let's have a look. Just want to show you this quickly. This is the other side of the bridge. 7 beach is this side, this is the Welsh side. I put my tripod during the Cardiff video at 7 beach there and was looking up that way, okay? This is the second Severn bridge. The old bridge is up this way. I am 41.84 miles up this way, okay? Just to give you some idea, and I want you to see the height of the bridge as well from ground level close up. Just to give you some idea, okay, from when we're reviewing the footage. Let's take a look at the footage anyway. Obviously, according to the globe math, this horizon here, I shouldn't see underneath the bridge, shouldn't see any of the road, shouldn't see this pylon in the background which is another 5 miles behind, shouldn't see any of that. I should just see the tops of these vast towers of the bridge. This horizon should be up here somewhere. The whole of this should have been hidden behind. Certainly shouldn't see the road, shouldn't see any of that. Globe just fails at every single turn. The globe fails. Let's continue just watching the footage anyway. Just want it to pan out so you can see where I go. Coming all the way out now. All 40 miles away, 41.84 miles or whatever it is, back to Minehead. Absolutely nuts. Steep Home Island is just here. If you can see it, and Flat Home was up here, and obviously the bridge is 41.84 miles down there. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Now to cross-reference, we check the elevation stats. My point in Minehead in the woods, all the way to Beach Road, which is in Severn Beach, a road quite close, very close to the actual bridge itself, okay? I've gone up 1,978 feet, I've come down 2,215 feet. What's the difference there? 237 feet essentially. I've come down from my point of reference to the road near the bridge, 40 odd miles away. And my elevation drop has been 237 feet. Okay, got that as a reference. Now let's check the other one here. I want to show you something as a cross-reference that. When we cross-reference the sea level from my point of reference in the woods again, I come down to Warren Road, which is very close to the sea at the seafront in Minehead. I went up 43 feet, I came down 279 feet. Incredibly telling this. Incredibly telling. Destroys the globe. Difference is 236 feet. So from my point of reference down to the sea, the road on the sea by the Minehead seafront here is 236 feet down. But 40 miles away, all the way up by the bridge, by the road, next to the bridge at Severn Beach, Beach Road, it's 237 feet down from the same point of reference. Bearing in mind, that's 40 miles away. Shouldn't there be a massive difference in drop elevation? Shouldn't this point here only be quite slight compared to, bearing in mind the globe, every point is dropping away from you, yeah? Shouldn't the point 40 miles away have a massive increase in elevation drop? Yeah? This is damning as you like. Now let's look at something here. This isn't to do with height, viewer height. This is to do with point to point. 40 miles, 1,066 feet of drop over a distance from straight point to point of 40 miles on this ridiculous theoretical world, okay? Let's check that now. So basically, when I come from this point here down to the seafront here, I come down, I think it was 236 feet, okay? When I come from this point down to the seafront right up by the bridge is 237 feet. There's a foot difference. Yeah, in this distance, 41.84 miles, we'll round it off to 40 miles, we've just seen there should be point to point. We're not dealing with viewer height, we're dealing with point to point across a body of ocean, yeah, or a channel. There should be 1,066 feet difference in elevation on the ocean here, the water here at Minehead, to the water at the bridge in Bristol. 1,066 feet difference apparently, according to the Globe. That's nonsense. Let's give you some idea what that is. So, to believe in the Globe, we're expected to believe the water level at Minehead in comparison to the water level at the second Severn crossing, there is a difference in water level of over the height of this building. Let's have a look. This is the Shard in London. Even this building's not tall enough. I think there's another couple of 100 feet that need to go on top of that to justify the drop in the Globe fantasy world from point to point, i.e. Minehead to underneath that bridge. Yeah, the distance, the difference in height of the drop of the water is meant to be greater than the height of the Shard. Utter nonsense. The elevation stats confirm my observations. There is no curve. There's certainly no difference in elevation of water greater than the Shard. It's nonsense. Can you see how stupid and ridiculous the Globe is? We see bridges we shouldn't be seeing. There's supposed to be walls of water between 40 miles of points that are higher, or elevation changes of water that are higher over points of 40 miles that are higher than the London Shard building. It's a joke. It's ridiculous. And we debunked it again with the elevation when we cross-referenced. The elevation stats here from my point all the way to, in my head, all the way to the beach. The elevation stats match my observations, yeah? Here's the damning thing. They don't match the Globe. I've shown there's a missing 1,066 feet of curve or elevation drop. I've shown it doesn't exist based on the elevation. Not only my observations, but the elevation stats that match my observations, match reality. They do not match the Globe model. People, wake up. This is game over again. So, conclusion. The elevation stats match our observations. They do not match the Globe. That is game over instantly, and we've shown it here by using one point of reference at two different distances. They match, and they match the observations. They don't match the Globe math or Globe fantasy. We've destroyed the Globe again. It's not difficult, but we've destroyed it. I mean, to believe the Globe, you have to be stood here and you have to believe the water, this end, is a greater distance in height than the Shard below the horizon, i.e. over 1,000 foot lower this end in the channel by the bridge than it is here. It's ridiculous to expect that the water this end is over 1,000 foot lower than the water is here. Absolute nonsense. That's the sort of stupidity and ridiculous fantasy you need to believe in the Globe. We've destroyed it here through common sense, observations. It's not difficult. It's flat, folks.